We're live. Anyway, I'll just sit here till people want to join in. And if you don't want to join in, well, we'll just end it sooner than later. Hopefully some people will join in. When I do my other live streams on Jungle Joe C, lots of people join in. I haven't done one on here for a while, so I've been neglected. I've been out busy getting the yard ready. Next week, the real estate guys coming and putting signs out front, so have to kind of tweak things up. Cheers, happy Earth Day. Oh, I should have put that in the title. Earth Day. It is a Earth Day live stream. Darn. Wonder if I can edit this right now. Let's have a look-see. Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. 22nd of April, 2023. Okay, let's just see if I can get into this here. Let's see, folks, if I can edit this. Manage videos. It might not let me edit this live stream. I should have put Earth Day in there. It slipped my mind. Wendy's painting right now, and I was out making the garden look even nicer. I guess I can't. Bummer. I can't. How about that? It will not let me edit this live stream. Anyway, folks, hope all is well out there. Hope you're having a good Earth Day. And weather here is crappy today. And Wendy didn't even bother setting up in the market. That's how crappy it is. It's about, let's see what it is out there. It is, 11.5 degrees Celsius. Very cold for this time of the year, but it's supposed to change next week. We're supposed to get up to 20 degrees Celsius. About freaking time. About frickin' time. Hope your gardens are thriving. Our garden is growing like a jungle out there. It is absolutely insane. Looks like homes on our island are selling pretty quick too. So we'll see what happens. We'll put her up for sale. Might sell quick, might not. If it does though, we have to be prepared to move. And that's going to suck. Hey. Oh, wow. Cool. Thanks, Yucho. From Florida. Wow. Oh, I can't wait to try those out. Probably have to grow them in the baggy method inside because it's warmer in here right now. Although it is supposed to get warm next week. When they come in, I will do a video. And you will see the video of the seeds that arrive from you that you picked in Florida. All right. And we'll mention your name in that video. Appreciate it. So stay tuned. Mail has been slower than usual. You know that. So thank you very much. And include sable palmetto. Oh, wow. Those are good ones. Those are good seeds. Sable palmetto has a chance here. Sable etonia has a good chance here. Libostona chinensis, I know, has a chance here too. Phoenix canariensis with some protection. But sable etonia is pretty hardy. Sable palmetto are hardy. Livostona chinensis and a sheltered spot are hardy. That's pretty awesome. Those are good palms. I love every one of them. You know, I hear Hawaiian Islands in there. I grew my Phoenix from seed quite a few years ago, and I'm looking at the growth on them. The growth is phenomenal. So the trunks on them are about this big in diameter, probably about like that. And I swear they're growing as fast as Trachycarpus palms. They're just pushing the fronds out And hello, Jesse. Good to have you in there. Another overcast day here on the Gulf Islands. At least it's not raining, but it is not very warm. It's only 11.5 degrees. I hear Hawaiian Islands coming in right now. I talked to that guy yesterday. Anyway, yeah, I look forward to those seeds. He does best. Sable Tony does best in sandy soils. Okay, well, remember that. Sally Sue, I have hundreds of small sprouted trachea started in Arizona. I want them to move Olympia Peninsula, Washington. Oh, south. I want them to move. Okay, well, they'll do very well in Olympia, Washington, right? They like that's trachea weather. They probably won't do so well in Phoenix, Arizona, or if you are in, you didn't say Phoenix, you said in Arizona, but it gets pretty hot down there for tracheas. Have you heard of all of the stabbings? Yeah, that's crazy, man. Surrey, it's getting crazy out there, even all over Canada. Yeah, same climate as us. So there's lots of tracheas in Olympia. I know Palm Society members we had down there that grew lots of palm trees. I have friends that live in Olympia. My lucky nut tree. My lucky nut tree. Oh, no, that's a drag. Sorry to hear that. Rest in peace, lucky nut tree. But yeah, Sally Sue, at least you can move those around easily within your country. So you won't have to have any phytosanitary certificate. 17-year-old stabbed to death on the, I heard about that one at the elementary school in North Delta. 5 youth stabbed in Maple Ridge. What's going on, man? What is going on in Surrey? None of that stuff happening here on the Gulf Islands. I'll tell you, it's so laid back and lame over here compared to there. You know, and I rarely watch mainstream news. I see it here on YouTube. That stuff pops up, or just on the news feeds. My main question is when to move them. Right now, move them now. Sally, this is a good time to move palm trees. Right now, you're not a problem to transplant those palms and take them to the Olympic Peninsula in the North Pacific. Parade today, so I'm sure there will be violence. That was big mobs. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's Husky parade. Well, the only thing going on here in Salt Spring is the Saturday market. It was pretty busy downtown. You know, Wendy decided today not to go to the Saturday market and set up. So Wendy sets up at the Saturday market and sells her stuff right by the big palm trees. You probably see my videos of that. And just this morning when we got up, it was drizzly, it was cool, it was ugly out. So she just decided to stay in bed and have a little sleeping. So, and she did get in late last night too. She was over at her friend's place for dinner. So no market today, which is good for me. I didn't have to get up that early. I actually slept in till 7:45. I didn't get up. Well, I was up earlier, but I didn't get out of bed till 7:45. Then we went to town, and I got some stuff done around here. So we're just kind of tweaking up the place a little bit more before the real estate guy comes over from Surrey. Actually, the guy coming over to put our place up for sale is from, I think, Surrey, Cloverdale area. So he's coming over on Thursday. Also, when you make the video, make sure I'll make sure. Don't worry. I will cover up your address. Don't worry about that. I will do that. Everybody knows where my address is, and everybody knows how to find me, so I'm not worried about it. But for you, yes, I will cover it up for sure. You know what I'll do? I'll put some tape over it. I'll put some. Why are we moving? Want to downsize? That's what we want to do. Yeah, no problem. You choke. Yeah, we want to downsize, get a new house, and it's a toss-up between the tropics or a place on Vancouver Island. So we're thinking we're going out for coffee with somebody tomorrow that's going to tell us all about Costa Rica again. But what about the Swampsonia? They'll all be down in the swamp for somebody else to enjoy. They're all on their own anyway. I don't do anything with them. They're just kind of like survival of the fittest. They all look absolutely beautiful down there. So whoever buys this place, and I mean, it could take a year to sell. It might not sell right away, but whoever decides to buy this place, and if they make an offer on it, I will walk them through the whole property and show them exactly what we have here. I will miss all the palm trees. Yes, I will, Privilege. I will definitely miss them. But you got to remember, I left my last home too 30 years ago, over 30 years ago, and it had palm trees and exotic plants as well, right? So and that was 5 acres. We had 5.1 acres the last place. This is 2 acres. You can grow new. Yeah, I will grow new ones. We will grow new ones. We will bring a bunch with us, and we will make a smaller exotic garden. That's what we do. If we go to Vancouver Island, we'll make a smaller exotic garden. If we end up in the tropics, well, there's palm trees that grow all over there anyway, right? So we're kind of, it's a toss up between Vancouver Island and the tropics. I would be able to plant your seeds there. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see what happens. But right now, like I say, the real estate guy's coming Thursday. Put some signs out in front of the house, and I mean, places on Salt Spring have been selling quick. Yeah, I'd like to pick the tropics, but your whole channel is all about problems in the cold. Yeah, well, I'll have to start a new one. I'll have to change the name of it. But you know what? And I'm not saying for sure we're going to go to the tropics. We could end up on Vancouver Island. So it's still the same climate as here. Costa Rica definitely safer than BC at this point. I know. It's crazy. Well, this part of BC is very good. Where I live on the Gulf Islands, it's very safe. You can walk down the street at night and not be hassled. You can walk anywhere in town and not be hassled. Yes, we do have homeless people here too. They seem to migrate to Salt Spring Island from colder areas of Canada. So we do have, there are some transients around town. Change the name from Banana JSSI. Yep. Or I could go, if it was in Costa Rica, I could call it Banana J Costa Rica or CR, Banana J CR. Or if I go to the Vancouver Island, I would call it Banana J Big Island. But I think Victoria has lots of crime. Yeah, we're not like Victoria. Definitely different here. I would prefer to if I didn't sell it. I would too. But the thing is, we want to pay off a place too. So when you owe a little bit of money on the house, it's better to get out of that. And that's the plan too. It's just to downsize. Hey, Palm Planet, good to see you in there. Yeah, I definitely will miss this place. I will definitely miss this place because I've been here a long time, 3 decades now. I moved here when I was in my 20s, and now I'm 59, so I've been here a long time. But somebody else will enjoy it. Being in the 80s, wow, not here, man. You guys are getting all the heat. It's been high 40s, low 50s. It's been crappy, but that's going to change next week, thank God. There was also a shooting a few minutes ago. Shooting a few minutes away from Costco when my mom. Oh, I've been to that Costco. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, we're putting that place up for sale. I think the real estate guy's coming Thursday. Yeah. So, but you know what? We don't know how long it's going to take to sell Palm Planet. Somebody has to want something like this with all these palm trees. Not everybody's into palm trees. Well, it's a toss-up between the tropics or Vancouver Island. We'll see. We're kind of undecided right now. But when we get what we want for this, and remember, we're not in a hurry to sell. We're not in a hurry to sell. We're asking a certain price, and we're not going to come down very much from that price. So it could take a while. Yeah, I can't move to the States. I wish I could. I cannot move to the States because I don't have a green card. It's not easy to move to the States. If I had a green card or if I was married to an American girl, I could. I know I sound very pessimistic, but it's awful. It is awful. It is. I feel for people that live out there and have to deal with that stuff. Shootings and crime. Crime is very low here on Salt Spring. I'd love to move to Brookings. Palm Planet, if I could move anywhere else in the Pacific Northwest, Brookings, Oregon. Can you imagine the garden you could grow in Brookings, Oregon? The exotic plants. You could literally have a real jungle garden. I'm talking like with the hardier philodendrons and just super cool leafy plants, evergreen plants. You could grow some nice date palms, although they take up a lot of room. Washingtonias. Why can't you move to the States? Because you need a green card. It's not that easy to move to the States. It's actually quite difficult for a Canadian to move to the States unless you have a job there or you can support yourself, right? So I don't think it's that easy. I need to go to Brookings. I just was in California, palms and balmy out there. Yeah, California is awesome. You got to check out Brookings. Brookings, Oregon is absolutely amazing. You'd love it. I remember the first time I went there, and I knew about Brookings, Oregon long before I ever went there. That's why I wanted to go there, because a buddy of mine went there probably in the early 90s, and he took me some pictures and said, oh, that's awesome. You could sell all your palms before you move. No, this house will be sold with the palm trees. And I do have a buyer for all the palm trees in the nursery, but these people might want it. The people that buy this place might want the palm nursery with it. So yeah, no, I'll never dig any of the palms out of the garden here. They're all getting sold with the house. The guy's going to do a drone shot. The guy's going to do a drone shot of the house, right? For when he puts it on the internet. I saw some 100-foot CIDB in Berkeley, California must have been planted. Oh yeah, 100-footers. Those are huge, man. I saw some really big ones when I was down in Beverly Hills. There's streets, Beverly Hills, lined with Canary Island date palms. Oh yeah, they would have been ancient, 100 years old easily, over 100 years, I bet. Maybe planted in the early 1900s. I wouldn't doubt it. That's pretty cool. It's Canadian speak funny. I don't know. I don't think I sound any different than an American, except Americans sometimes have a little bit of an accent when you're in the deep south. You should ask. You can get the drone shot bombs upload. Yeah, well, I'll give you guys the link. When he does that, the link to the real estate site so you can see it. California's Mediterranean climate is my favorite. It is awesome. I like San Diego. San Diego's a nice place. Coastal California. Get up farther north, you get into Santa Monica. Santa Monica is amazing, man. It's kind of Mediterranean, but it's almost like you see subtropical plants all over the place too. Right? I like that. But anyway, well, we'll see what happens. We can only keep our fingers crossed, and maybe it'll sell sooner, our place, than later. Maybe, you never know. Maybe one of the viewers has got lots of money and can buy our place from us. That'd be cool. Let your friends know. You know what? We're game. So it's not cheap. It's not going to be cheap. Salt Spring Island is a pretty expensive place. There's a place for sale across street from us. It's I think it's 2.7 or 2.8 million. JL will buy it. Yeah, JL. He grows perfect palms over there in Nova Scotia. I did an update on a 20-foot coconut palm. Oh, I got to see that then. That is cool. Hopefully they do not cut that coconut palm down. That's the problem with some people, eh? They don't know what they got. They buy a place, and that's why when somebody buys this place, if somebody buys this place, maybe they won't buy this place, but if somebody was interested in it and they want it and they made an offer, I would take them around through the whole garden and just show them exactly what we have, tell them what each palm is, what you got to do with the palms, how to look after them. It looks rough after the cold winter, but should look better soon. Cool. It's probably already pumping fronds out, I bet you, Palm Planet. I wonder if it gets coconuts there. I'm guessing not. Probably no coconuts in that climate. It's like the one at Newport Beach. The one at Newport Beach I don't think it ever produced coconuts, but it was actually getting a pretty nice sized tall trunk on it. And then you said there was one in Palm Desert or Palm Springs that actually produced coconuts, and they cut it down. Like, who in their right mind cuts down a coconut palm in Palm Springs or even in Hawaii? I shot a video one time when I was in Waikiki, and there was a street line, Kalakaua, right on the corner of, I'm trying to think of the corner street, but there's about 5 or 6 coconut palms they cut down. That's so upset. When my grandparents sold their house, the new owners got rid of the beautiful. Oh, that's terrible, man. Well, that's one thing, the selling feature for this place. There's no lawn to worry about. No lawn to mow. See, I don't like lawn. I'm a guy that does not appreciate lawn in the least bit. I rather look at gardens. Lawn, to me, is the most boring feature of a garden. Yeah, the one in Palm Desert produced coconuts, and oh my God, that is just absolutely nuts, man. That is criminal, Palm Planet. That is a crime. In my opinion, that should be a crime. Whenever my mom got out, she'd drive out of Surrey nearby. Whenever my mom and I go out to eat our grocery, we drive out of Surrey to go to Langley. Langley's not too bad, is it? It is a crime, Palm Planet. I agree. That's sickening. Absolutely disgusting. Wouldn't you love to have a word with them because of crime and homelessness? Yeah, I know it's bad out there, Jesse. Ted, hey, Joe, when you sow trachycarpus seeds with the baggy method, do you transplant when the roots appear or wait? I wait till the strap leaf comes up. I want a little leaf that comes up, Ted. That's the way I do it. A crime against pulmanity. Yes, that's what I like to hear. A crime against pulmanity. Hey, you've just made up a new word. I've never heard of that one before, Palm Planet. There you go. See, my saying is plant a palm, you can't grow wrong. I've always said that. I think it even says it on my business card. But that's a good one there, pulmanity. You can have them sign a waiver making them do agree. Oh, that'd be a good one, Joe. Hey, that's a good idea. Because every palm here has a story, right? Except the thousands that are growing down in the ravine are all the ones that have self-seeded everywhere. But each individual palm that's mature that I planted, I know when I planted it. It's so they're kind of like my children. The time we go out to eat in Surrey, there are homeless on drugs, harassing, threatening. No way. Laying naked in his. Oh, no way. That's gross, man. man, I would not have patience for that if somebody came up and harassed me. I would not have patience at all. I'm not a good guy to harass, though. I've never had, well, I've had people try harassing me here. I've actually had transients harass me in the park when I've been at work, and it was bad for them. And I actually had to fill out an incident report at um, parks. You know, they actually first harassed the guy I worked with one time when I was cleaning the bathrooms. He was in the men's washroom, I was in the women's washroom, and I heard a lot of screaming going on and yelling. So I came out of the women's, and there was this big dude harassing this smaller dude I worked with, this parks worker, and I lose my cool really quick. Like my fuse burns out really fast, and I just lost it on the guy, and it wasn't good for him. When you say transients, first thought something else. Yeah, no, these are transients, homeless, and a lot of them are hopped up on drugs, and a lot of them unfortunately have mental problems. It's kind of like bipolar and all that stuff. The worst when I see them vandalizing plants in the park. I'll never forget one time there was a phone call at the parks office, and the other guy took it, the supervisor, and he comes out. He says, "Hey, Joe," and I was up at Portlock, about 5 kilometers away or 4 kilometers away. He says, "Hey, Joe, apparently there's a guy vandalizing your gardens in Centennial Park. You better go down and deal with him." So he threw him the keys. I hopped in the parks truck. I went down there, and I came around, and I see this guy. I just finished a couple of days before trimming the escallonia bushes beautifully, and I see this guy breaking branches off of them. I absolutely lost my shit, man. I lost it on the guy, and he stopped dead. And I said, "What the F do you think you're doing?" And he says, "Well, what I'm doing here," this is what he says to me, "what I'm doing here is I'm making more of these plants for you. So I'm taking these branches off," and he's pushing them in the dirt. He's like, basically he's going to propagate more plants for me. I says, I said, "Get your effing hands off our plants before I break them." And then I called the cops, and then the cops sent down bylaw enforcement, and me and bylaw enforcement walked that guy out. I had one of his arms, bylaw had his other arm, and he wrote him up a ticket. But you know what? The guys don't have money to pay a ticket. And then they banned him from the park. So when I was unloading the trucks for Tim Hortons last year, there was oh my God, that's sketchy, man. That's sketchy. You know, and then occasionally they'll break palm fronds off the palms in the park. I've seen that, but that really upsets me when somebody breaks palm tree fronds. You know, I caught somebody doing that once, and I just lost it on them. They're up to a palm and they're trying to break it off. It says, "You don't be touching them. They should be doing stuff to help the homeless dictator." He doesn't care. Trudeau does not care. And you know what? Because of Trudeau, there's more homeless people in Canada. And it's like Biden, too. I think there's more homelessness in the States. It's pretty sad. It is actually pretty sad. So, and you know, I'm not saying all homeless people are bad. There's a few bad apples in the bunch everywhere you go. A lot of the homeless people I like, they're very nice people, and I feel for them, right? And then there's the other half that actually have mental problems, right? They don't take their medication, they're doing other drugs, and they're drinking, and then it just makes them crazier, right? Hey there, James Tropicals. Good to see you in there. Good to see you in there. We got a cloudy day here on the Gulf Islands, a cloudy day. There was a homeless guy smashed car window trying to, I called the cops. They said, arrested and released. Oh, unreal. See, that's what they do. They just arrest and release. That's the problem with the criminal system here. It's kind of sad. I'm glad you guys are in there. I wasn't planning on doing this live stream, but, you know, I came in from outside. I was cleaning up a few things, spreading a bit of wood chips around. I go, I better do this. I harvested some trachycarpa seeds in France. The seeds had very small, they were eaten by something, probably some sort of little, I know in the greenhouse years ago, I had I guess it was skewered flies, and then a something bores into them, and they eat the endosperm out like a little larva. So it could be something like that, or maybe, I don't know if there's some, oh, you know what? I had some sable seeds from South Carolina sent to me, and they're in the baggie, and these things hatched out of the seeds, and they were like they're like beetles with a snout. They're almost like weevils. And one of them actually even ate their way out of the bag. It was scary. I had to destroy them all. I feel bad for all the ones that can't. Yeah, I know. And you know the bad thing is, Yucho, the government's making more hard drugs legal in Canada. That's pretty sad. That is a very sad thing, man. So getting more people hooked on bad stuff, and that's not helping the problem. They got to get these guys into recovery and maybe get them off the street and get them working, right? It's not making it any better, the government. So they had so those palms seeds had something lay a larva might eat the inside of them out, because I have seen it before. I've definitely seen it before. Like I say, in my greenhouse, I haven't seen it for a while, and also for Trachycarpus seeds, and I've also seen it with the sable palmetto seeds that I got from South Carolina. It was actually freaky. I had them in the baggie, and I hadn't checked them for weeks, and then I looked and I go, holy crap, hole in the side of the bag, and I could see this thing trying to chew its way out of the baggie. It actually chewed a hole through the plastic, and they were like these little beetles with snouts on them, and they'd eaten the seeds. Most of the seeds in there were destroyed from the larva that these things hatched out of, right? So I incinerated them. I got rid of them. That's gross. That was really gross. My dad had his car spat on by, oh, no way. Yeah, nobody's done anything to my vehicle. I never used to really lock my vehicle downtown, but now I do. Same with my parked truck. And because there are sketchy people wherever you go. It's not just Surrey or Vancouver. I think wherever you go, you're going to find some sketchy people, right? So, always be aware of your surroundings. Don't leave valuables out in your cars. Don't be flashing your money around and stuff like that, so you don't attract it. My uncle might be dying. He is having issues with his blood breaking apart. Oh, no. After a save. Oh, no. That's sad, man. Positive thoughts his way. Jesse, I'm sorry he bought into it, man. That's quite sad. Hopefully he'll be okay. That's not cool. How old's your uncle? He's probably not that old. I'm 59. He's probably younger than me. You know what I mean? Probably not that old. Oh, you know what I was going to do today? I was going to go shoot a video. I'll do that after this live stream. I'm going to go shoot a video of the most cold tolerant, 56, 3 years younger than me, man. Young guy. That really sucks. Sending positive thoughts to your uncle's way. Hopefully he'll be okay. I'm going to shoot a video of the most cold tolerant eucalyptus tree. And some of you guys probably know what the most cold tolerant eucalyptus tree is, but I'm going to refresh your memories. Do you know what the most cold tolerant eucalyptus tree is? Do any of you guys know? Take a guess. Take a guess at the most cold tolerant eucalyptus tree. Suppose it's from sort of, it is a weevil, definitely. I've been watching Trachy palm since. Multiple huge seed stalks. Cool. Mediterranean. Oh, there's lots of palm trees in France. Every year the seeds are, every year. Yeah, we don't have that here. The only thing that eats them on, no, not rubida. Nope. I don't know eucalyptus trees. Oh, you don't know eucalyptus trees? Okay. We have a lot of them in our garden. Biggest ones we had cut down a couple of years ago. Do you have monkey trees? Yes, we have some big ones in our garden. Well, I don't say big. I think they're probably 20 feet tall. I planted it in 1980, spring of 88. You know, the ones I planted in 1984, I bought some here at a nursery in the spring of 1984 on Salt Spring. And then I brought them back to Langley and I planted them at our place and they froze in November 1985 freeze. It got that cold. Rubida is hardy too. We might have rubida. Yeah, no, it's not the hardiest one. Rubida. Let me look that one up. I want to see the hardiness. Eucalyptus. Rubida hardiness. Let's see. I think we may have that one in our collection. Zone 7A, it says here, but it says they're surviving down to 6B. Southern Uke is attractive. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's Debut. Look up Jonama Snowgum. Look up this one. I think that's how you spell it. Here. There's one for you. Yeah, we have in our garden we have 4 or 5 monkey puzzle trees, but the fresh ones do germinate. Okay, Ted, that's good. That's good. So you can get some good viable seed off it. I'm going to see what rubida looks like again. Rubida, eucalyptus rubida. So many species of eucalyptus. I think we do have that one in our garden. Candlebark. Pretty sure we do have that out in the collection. We have a lot of eucalyptus trees. There's a site about palms in Scandinavia. Oh, I know that one. I've known that site's been around a long time, Ted. Long, long time. Yeah, palm trees in Scandinavia. You know, I've shipped so many seeds to Norway, Finland, Sweden. I'm trying to think where else. Denmark. I've shipped so many of my palm seeds to those areas of Scandinavia. In southern Norway, it's mild enough to actually grow Trachycarpus, probably without protection because it's zone 8. And I guess it gets some of the Gulf Stream regulated a little bit there, the air temperatures, maybe a touch of the Gulf Stream. What's itinerary hardy to 6B? Musa Valentina 7. Yeah, my itinerans is the giant banana. That's a huge one, but hard to find. And Musa Valentina 7B. I've tried Valentina here, but they petered out. They came from Austin in Arkansas. He actually sent me some seed, and then he sent me some small plants. They like the heat, more high heat. There are 2 huge ones growing in Copenhagen. Yep, that's right. There are actually lots of palms growing in Copenhagen. And there's actually a guy that has a YouTube channel in Denmark. You can look at this YouTube channel, and they're all covered in snow in some of them, right? And yeah, the one in Copenhagen's nice. I remember that from years ago. Very, very nice. So not as cold there as people think it gets, even though it can get snow. It's kind of like us, right? We can get snow, and people can't figure out how we can grow palms here, but it's the extreme minimums. That's the thing. It's the extreme minimums and how long the cold actually stays. So when we had our last cold snap, which was a dandy in December, it was only 3 or 4 days and then it was done. But it was still pretty cold, right? It got down below 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And some plants don't like that. And the worst thing is when we get a cold snap here, the daytime temperatures can usually stay well below freezing, so well below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is harder on the more marginal plants. Trachycarpus, not a problem. But if you're growing something like a Phoenix canariensis, well, if you have 4 days of below 20 degrees Fahrenheit or down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and the daytime temperatures are 23 or 25 degrees Fahrenheit, that's bad. Especially the one kid who said you lived in Hawaii. Yeah, I know. I get people that. There's one lady gave me heck and uppercasing, yelling at me, said there's no possible way I could be in Canada, right? And this was quite a few years. This is probably going back 10 years ago or so. She just said there's no possible way. What's the lowest temp you had since you started your garden? This garden here, -8 degrees Celsius. -8 degrees Celsius, so about 17.5 degrees Fahrenheit. And the coldest temperature at my last place was 5.4 degrees. 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 point, just a minute. I think it was 5.4. 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit. That was the coldest temperature. So just about, not quite -15 degrees Celsius, but just about -15 degrees Celsius. But my last location was about 5 or 6 miles inland from the ocean, and it was colder out there in the wintertime. Winters are no doubt colder than here, way colder, and they have the wind there too. So the length of the freeze where I used to live would last longer, and it would really beat up the palms, like even windmill palms. I think most of them in the last 2 winters have died all in those areas. There's a few kicking around in sheltered spots, but anywhere east of where I used to live, apparently they're all dead. They all froze. And that's southeast of Vancouver, 25, 30 miles south of Vancouver, southeast of Vancouver, right? It got so cold out there, but it wasn't just the cold itself. It was the length of the cold, and it was the wind. There's these harsh, they call them Arctic outflow winds, and it basically freeze dries palm trees. I've actually seen palm trees freeze dry out there. It gets so freaking cold. So picture 10 degrees Fahrenheit with 50-mile-an-hour winds blowing. So then your wind chill comes down. It makes it feel colder, but the actual temperature doesn't go lower. It just makes it feel colder, but it desiccates BLEs, broadleaf evergreen. It totally dries them out. So I've seen camellias freeze to the ground, fatsia, strawberry trees, Nandina domestica, things that you'd never dream of freezing here, ever. Never dream of getting them even damaged here in the wintertime, would freeze to the ground there. Eucalyptus trees would freeze to the ground or defoliate. It was a hard place to garden. So I really got sick of it after, years and years of gardening out there. And then I sold the place and moved here to Salt Spring Island to grow better stuff. So if we move to Vancouver Island, if we end up moving to a place on Vancouver Island, which will be equivalent to the very south end of Salt Spring Island, looking at Salt Spring Island near the ocean, there are big palm trees. where we're growing. We were there last week driving through neighborhoods looking at, well, I'm always looking at palm trees. What's the lowest temp you had? So anyway, that's the lowest temp I've had here. So if there's no palm trees in that area, I can't live there. Do you think it makes a difference in marginal climate if you put it next to a south facing? Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. In a sheltered area, Ted, the palm tree is going to be happier. They don't like cold wind. I can tell you that. They hate cold wind. If it's not cold wind, what it does, it kind of damages the fronds a little bit. So they'll get drying or browning on the ends of the fronds. So there's 4 big palm trees growing at the local pub in town, right? Those have been there for, I don't know, 26 years now, something like that. They get the full brunt of wind coming off the Pacific Ocean, but it's so mild there in the wintertime, it's never, ever damaged them. But there is browning on the tips of the fronds, and that's definitely caused by the wind. But there's never any cold damage on them. They're big. Those things are beasts. They got huge trunks on them, so, but, if I end up moving to Vancouver Island, I still will come back to Salt Spring Island to visit, and I will have my doctor here. I'll keep my doctor here too, because it's hard to get a doctor these days. So if you are, if you're in an exposed area, Ted, and you think, you're going to get blasted by cold winds, or you're in a colder area, plant it next close to a building. You can plant Trachycarpus palms right up against a building, and the roots will not damage your foundation. They're not going to crack your sidewalks. They're not going to lift up your driveways. They're not going to break your pipes. People are always worried about that. They come in here and say, oh, isn't that palm kind of close to the house? It's like, no, it's not going to bother it. Why would you move to the island, to Vancouver Island? Why would we move to the island? To get a brand new house and to downsize, to get something smaller, like a smaller yard. And as we get older, do we really want to be maintaining all this when 10 years from now? Not really. So we want to be proactive and do it before we get old, before it's too old to move, before we're too old to move. So we've been thinking that for a while. So yeah, so that's the thing. And, and Wendy wants to get a new house too. New house, smaller yard, double garage. And then she might want to have a B&B too, like have a suite in it. So do a B&B. But we drove around last week looking at some really beautiful houses. They were in smaller yards, and there was lots of palm trees in the neighborhood too, which was nice. When you see palm trees growing around, that's the neighborhood I want to grow. Some of the big palms that almost look like Bulgarians, different. They look different, regular ones. Yeah. Do you see that when we drove around through that Cowichan Bay neighborhood? So it's the growing conditions. Cooler growing conditions. You're going to get thicker trunks, sometimes stiffer fronds. And if you're down in the deep south, generally most of the palms in the far deep south, Trachycarpus palms, I'm talking about, have skinnier trunks. But if you look at palms up this way, unless they've been imported from a warmer climate, I can always tell imported palms, right? Imported palms are skinny usually all the way up, unless it's a Nova. But Trachycarpus Nova are pretty skinny. But here, regular Trachycarpus palms develop a very thick trunk. I planted some in front of the Chamber of Commerce / Tourist Information Bureau back in the 1990s, and they are beasts. They are just so huge. The trunks are just freaking massive. And the interesting thing about those palms, they're neglected. There's no irrigation. Nobody does anything to them. There's no fertilizer. They have super stiff fronds on them. And I know some of the comments in the past was like, is that a Bulgarian? It's like, no, they weren't. I grew them before I met Kirill in Bulgaria. They're not Bulgarian palms. It's just local palms. And I got one growing. Actually, I got 4 growing beside, 3 or 4 growing beside another store in town. And they are beasts. They are just freaking huge trunks and really stiff fronds. And there's a cluster in a planter, like the planter's kind of in the ground, it's rock. And there's males in there, never gets watered. And one of them died in the summer, though, a few years back. It's too bad. It petered out and it was getting big. It's just so dry. And I wish there was irrigation there. So anyway, one of them was lost, but they do pollinate the female, and the female gets lots of seed on it. I planted one here in Sweden, 28. It has grown 30 centimeters in 5 years. However, the trunk is, oh, cool. Okay, so we've got a foot in 5 years. Well, you know what? I've seen them even grow slower than that. I have some in our garden that are 30 years old with a few feet, 4 feet of trunk on them. Now they're growing faster because we cut the eucalyptus trees down. Yeah, it is an adaptation to the cold. I made a mistake of planting trachycarpus in my dome. Oh, you planted one in your dome? So how high is your dome? I'm curious. Is it a high dome? If you got a high ceiling in it, like a high roof that's over 40 feet tall, you might be okay. But if you don't, you should probably transplant it outside of the dome. You know, they did that. There's a botanical garden, an indoor botanical garden in Vancouver called Little Mountain. It's called Bloedel Conservatory. And it's this massive dome. And inside that dome is like the tropics. And back when they made that dome in 1969, they planted some Phoenix canariensis palm. They planted one in there, Phoenix canariensis palm. And the Phoenix canariensis palm grew so tall they had to cut it down. I remember that. 17 foot, but the palm is close to the edge. Oh, yeah. You know what you should do? I would plant a different type of palm in there. You know what you should do is take that palm out because it's going to grow taller than 17 foot. Put a Livistona in there or lady palms. You know what you should be growing in there? Livistona chinensis or and they can grow pretty tall too in time, but they're slower. And also Rhapis excelsa. The lady palm are really nice. I have a sable minor. See, sable minor would be good. Needle palm would be good. And any of the other shorter sables. Phoenix acaulis are very small. There you go. Phoenix acaulis. Try one of those. Do you ship your small pot? No, I don't. I don't ship any potted palms anywhere, but I have shipped seedlings to Europe. I've shipped lots to Poland. I think I've shipped some of my seedlings to Norway. They're bare root. I sell them on eBay. I do have an eBay store. My eBay store is Banana Joe. That's my eBay store. I can find you my eBay store, and then I'll give you one of my listings here. Hang on. Let me find my eBay. Hang on, guys. I'm going to find you my eBay, and I'll find you one of my listings. Sign in. Come on. Internet's slow. I'm signing in. I'll get you. Yeah. Try if that doesn't find it, I'm going to post a listing for you. Then you can actually find it. Listings. I got 612 ratings, 100% rating. Active. Let's go to my active sales. So let's see what I have here for ceilings. There we go. But unfortunately, shipping, you're better to go directly through me because this is for shipping within Canada. So Europe's expensive. Copy. Okay, so here's my here's a link to my seedlings. But remember, if you want to buy seedlings, you got to buy them directly from me. If you're going to ship, if I'm going to ship to Europe, just because Gila Fleur. Yeah, that's one of my listings. Gila Fleur rookie card, you betcha. Yeah, I've had that card since I was a little kid. Yeah, so because the shipping is not correct for Europe on there, it's just for Canada. You're going to have to add for Europe. It's going to be at least close to another $20 shipping to Europe. Expensive to Europe. They've raised it up January. It was January 3rd. They raised all the postage up in Canada. So, but I have shipped to Europe lots to Poland. I have a good customer in Poland, Michael, and I've shipped him so many of my seedlings in Poland, and I have shipped to other places as well too, right? So anyway, you can see what I got seeds on there too. I would love to find some Nipa fruticans. Those are cool. That's toddy palm, isn't it? Don't they produce an edible fruit? Cal 63. Yeah, it's in the lower 50s here today, but it's supposed to be up in the 70s next week. Thank God. Later next week, we're going to warm up. Oh, bloody time. It'll be nice on Monday, sunny, but it's going to warm up into the 70s later in the week. Yeah, Phoenix robelini can grow indoors. They're useless outside here. Absolutely useless. But actually, that'd be another one for I can't pronounce your name, anti whatever, with the dome. You could try that. A dwarf phoenix would be nice to find. Yeah, look for Phoenix robelini, pygmy date palm. I've just had some seeds from UK confiscated by customs because of Brexit. Really? No way. I'm almost all of my seeds have made it to Scandinavia. And what I do, I always put on the shipping label, the customs label, I put indoor use only, cleaned and washed. That's what I always put, cleaned and washed. So I'll put palm seeds and yeah. Have I shipped to the UK? Yeah, I've shipped to the UK. I've shipped to the UK, Scotland, Ireland. I've shipped to Dara and over in Ireland. Wales, I've shipped to Wales. I've shipped all over Canada. I've shipped to every state in the US except Hawaii. I've not shipped to Hawaii. Yeah, it's amazing where I've shipped to. Even Florida, I've shipped seeds to, but now they're really sticky in the US. It's tough getting seeds across. They've been confiscating them. So anyway, we do have seeds in stock, and we do have hybrid seedlings. If you're interested in hybrid seedlings, which is a cross between a Trachycarpus wagnerianus and a Fortunae, and it'll give you much nicer fronds than a pure Fortunae. I just imported about 500. I shipped from Canaries. Yeah, indoor use only. I've done that from Hawaii, Maui. I've shipped seeds back. Was it Maui? No. It wasn't Maui. It was Waikiki or Honolulu, and that was 10 years ago. And I shipped them back, and they came. When I got back, they're already in the mailbox waiting for me. Yes, I ordered from UK, Sweden. Here in Sweden Customs, they took them. Unreal. Darn Swedish customs, eh? I can't believe it. My uncle was Swedish, you know that? My uncle was married to my dad's youngest sister, so she was Italian and he was Swedish. He made good pickled herring. He passed away last summer. Elfie Olsen. That's a good Swedish name, isn't it? Elfie Olsen. So yeah, Uncle Elf, he passed away. It was sad. But he was in his 80s. He was 86, 85, just a minute. 85. He was 85 years old. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So my uncle was Swedish. I was good food in that house, Swedish and Italian. And tonight I'm having lasagna. Maybe they're strict inside the EU now. The UI confiscated seeds from Europe. I wonder why they do that. You know, if it says indoor use on them, you're not going to grow them outside in your garden. Yeah, he was a good guy. And he was born in Sweden and he came to Canada back in the 1950s. And so my aunt, my dad's youngest sister passed away in 2002. I think it was 2002 she died, 21 years ago. Unreal. God, time flies. I cannot believe how fast time flies. Anyway, his son is here, and he lives over on the mainland, my cousin. Randy, and you know, the thing is, I'll tell you what I did with my uncle Elf's place and my aunt Norma's place. I planted a palm tree, one of my palm trees. No, I gave it to them. I gave them a palm tree years and years ago. It would have been back in the late 1980s. I gave them one of my palm trees, a little palm tree. And they planted it in their backyard beside their swimming pool. So they sold their place. He sold the place about 5 years ago. The new people ripped the house down because it was an old house. It was in White Rock. They ripped the house down. They got rid of the swimming pool, but they left the palm tree. The palm tree has about 20 feet of trunk on it or so. It's super tall, the palm tree. So thank God the people appreciated the palm tree. They got rid of the house, got rid of the pool, got rid of the rest of the gardens, and they had timber bamboo out there to die for. They had giant stand Phyllostachys bambuzoides with huge canes on it. And I think they got rid of all of that, but they left the palm tree in the backyard. So hats off to these people for leaving the palm tree. So they could have cut the palm tree down, but they didn't. Thank God. That's why I sure hope that somebody that buys this place is going to have to love palm trees and exotic plants. It's not going to be for every buyer. This place, not everybody's going to love this place. You're going to have to be a gardener. You guys would love it. But if I wasn't into gardening, I'd be looking at this like, it's just way too much work, which is not a lot of work. You know what I mean? But, somebody that loves exotic plants and palm trees. No, the palm butcher, she died. She passed away last year. believe it or not, Ted C, she is gone. You know the crazy thing? I was reading the obituary last year, and then I saw her in there. She actually passed away. She died. I guess that's, I don't want to say karma, that's mean, but she passed away. And so there's no more palm butcher around to be seen. But she sure did a number to the palms. Even cut one of them down. There's one of them down that she cut. There's one of them in there. It's a stump. She cut it down. I couldn't believe it. Just it was too close to a pathway, and she cut it down to a low stump. It was a beautiful palm. I'd moved them there from another area of the garden. 3 of them in a cluster. I'm just like so upset when I see that. So she is now, I'm not going to say in palm heaven. She's somewhere. I don't know where she is. No more palm butcher. She gone, man. She gone. And then there was another guy in town that was inadvertently cutting the fronds off one of the palms I planted in front of the tourist information / Chamber of Commerce. And I had a talk with him. I says, hey, don't be cutting the palm like that. It's really bad for them. It looks ugly and it's hard on them. So he doesn't do it anymore. So I got 3 palms on one side of the building and they're getting big. And I got 1 palm on the other side of the building on the main drag, and it's really big. I planted those years ago when they're babies. High exposure area in town. Everybody sees those palms. Because like I say, one of the tourist information center. 3 in front of the Chamber of Commerce on the lower side and 1 in front of the tourist information center on the other side. She's with the Jubea. Yeah, Jubea's toast, man. No more Jubea. It's sad. It was sad. You know, when I went that one day and she cut most of the fronds off, it was like, what are you doing? And then she did that to the sable palm too. Cut most of the fronds off. That is so hard on one of those palms. It just weakens those palms, right? Stresses the pore out. It was sickening. What would you do if somebody bought your place? You know what? It would suck. Ted, it would really be upsetting. It's kind of like when I used to have my Nova SS, my muscle car. I used to have this beautiful car. Where's a picture of my car? Anyway, I had this killer Nova SS. Here's a picture of my car. It was my baby. I had it for years. And so there's a picture of my car right there. Nova SS, all chromed out, everything. It was just a super killer car. And I sold it to the guy next door. The dad bought it for the son for his birthday, 16th birthday. And he wrapped it around a power pole probably 6-8 months later and totally wiped it out. But there's nothing I could do if somebody cut down all the palm trees. But they'd be stupid to buy this place with all this palm trees, knowing it's got all the palm trees, and then cut them all down. You know what I mean? They could sell all the palm trees. I mean, if they wanted to dig them out and sell them. But if we get what we're asking for this house, they can do whatever they want with the place. They could bulldoze the place down because I will have a lot more freedom when we sell this house, put it that way. So I will be able to buy a new house over there or wherever and just kind of kick back. And that's the plan, not even to work part-time. I just want to totally kick back 100%, enjoy the garden, enjoy every day. And if I want to go for a bike ride, I don't even have to make plans to say, let's do it. Or if we want to go on a holiday, we'll just, right now I got like a 3-day-a-week job, part-time job. Just groceries are so expensive here. Salt Spring Island is a very expensive place to live, and you got to be like kind of almost rich to live here. And I'm not rich. So it's time for me to move on. Make sure you sell it too. Exactly. Well, that's the thing, you show. I would walk them through. The garden, and I'll show them what we have and how much and how special this place is with these trees. And it's not just the trees. I mean, there's eucalyptus, there's fatsia trees everywhere. There's a lot of exotic plants in this garden. A lot of exotic plants. Yeah. So anyway, I wonder why Ted C deleted all those messages. Why is that? Every single message from Ted C is deleted. That's very interesting. Why is that? Sorry, I knocked my phone. Oh, that's why. Ted C is like, I'm going to add him as a moderator there. Okay, so this should bring Ted C back. Ted C, you're a moderator now. So yeah, Ted sees everything disappeared from Ted. So now I think it's come back because now I've made Ted a moderator. Ted, do you see that? You are a moderator on this channel. I can make Yucho a moderator too. Better to have more moderators. Yucho, standard moderator. That way, if we have anybody that comes in here and causes H&D, hate and discontent, a troll, we have more eyes checking things out, right? Better to have more eyes because I don't always see things with my eyes. If I take these off, everything's kind of blurry. Now I can see. Anyway, there you go. I was just watering my Washington bus, holding the phone in one hand and accidentally knocked it. That's all right. I think Ted is. No, he's still timed out. I think poor Ted is timed out. Ted, I hope you're watching because I made you a moderator when I don't know how long you're timed out for. Hopefully, you'll get back in sooner than later. But anyway, when you do get back in, Ted, you are going to be a moderator on here. You'll have a blue. Your name will be blue. It'll show up in blue, and you'll have a wrench beside your name, like these other moderators in here, right? So there you go. Yeah, so those ones are all deleted. Isn't that wild? Everything by Ted has been deleted. God, I hope he didn't get banned from the channel. That would suck. Ted, post something on here. Can you post? I know Ted's watching. I hope Ted can get back in. Anyway, I don't think anybody will cut down the palm trees here. And then I got to take them down to the ravine and show them all the Swampsonii palms. Say, hey, you got thousands of palm trees in this forest here. And wait till a few years when they grow up because it's going to look pretty amazing down there, right? It will look. That's one thing I'm going to miss is watching those palms grow up. You know, hopefully I can keep in touch with these people. If I keep in touch with these people, maybe they'll send me updates, right? That'd be kind of cool. Updates of how those Swampsonii palms are doing. So I was down there. I could probably visit. Yeah, I'm sure I could. That would be good. And but if I live very far away, I probably wouldn't. If I ended up moving to a place like Costa Rica, I would probably never come back to Canada. But if I lived on the Big Island, then that's not a problem because it's not that far from Salt Spring Island. It's a 20-minute boat ride. And I will have to come back here to go to my doctor because my doctor is here on Salt Spring Island. So that's what I have to do, right? Ted, speak to us. Are you coming back in here? I wouldn't be worried they would. That I might take with me. I would take that with us. If we move to the Vancouver Island, I'm taking the tree fern with us. That's one plant I am digging out of the ground. I'm still knocked out of this. Oh, your other account, Ted. Okay, I made you a moderator. Oh, that's a drag. That's a drag that you got locked out. Cal said he dropped his phone or something, and he knocked it, and then it somehow blocked you out of it. So it's easy enough to take. It's very heavy, though. It is going to be very heavy, but that's okay. I will definitely take that and just put a palm tree in its place. You know what I noticed? There's a lot of palm trees growing around the tree fern, and there's one palm in particular, a bigger palm. This is the first year it's sending out flower spots. There's Abstract Tom from Illinois. Good to have you in there. I remember when I was about 9, original owners of my house came over. Oh, wow. Let them, and they showed them around. Oh, cool. That's pretty cool. I would do the same thing. I would definitely do the same thing. I met the homeowners here, this place, when I bought this place. Really nice couple. I remember the son and the daughter taking me across the street to the beach. They said, here's the trail to the beach. Do you want to go see it? I said, yeah, let's go down to the beach. So we walked down the nature trail to the beach. It was like a 5-minute walk across the street down through the nature trail. And then I actually started moving plants in here already when I bought the place. And I started planting stuff when the other people were still living here. I just got back from my old house. I moved out 2014. Oh, you just made repair. Oh, okay, 2014. So, geez, that's 9 years ago already. I'm considering just planting out some palm seedlings public area. Do it. Well, put them in areas where they're not going to cut them down, Ted. So if there's some garden somewhere and hopefully the people don't weed them out of the gardens. That's what I do, and I just donated 2 palms to the middle school. So I gave them to a guy last week or the week before to the middle school. So those are going to be planted at the middle school. And I just plant them in areas I feel that they're not going to get weeded out. So in town, I got them beside certain stores. I have one beside the police station. The police station one's getting big. I have them in the parks. I have two. No, there's at 2 fire halls. There's palms. The one downtown I did plant a eucalyptus tree there years ago. Or did I plant it? No, I sold them to the people. They planted them. But uptown at Central Fire Hall, I planted 2 of my windmill palms years ago, and they're getting big. They're beautiful. They're in a firefighter memorial. There are a bunch of baby maple trees growing around my house, and I'm saving them all. Oh wow! Hey, you have no idea how many maples we have here. They grow like weeds. Those native maples are just unbelievable. The Chicagoland area is very expensive to live at. I bet it is. I bet it is, Tom. I bet it is. It's like here too. Chicago would be really expensive because it's a city. It's probably millions. And even here out in the country, salt there. What's the smallest trachea you've had that flowered? The smallest tracheas I've ever seen flower were actually the ones in front of the local pub, which have been there for 26 years now. And it seems like they flowered about 4 years after they were planted. So they're planted in the late 1990s. And it seems like maybe 2000 or 2001, they flowered, and they only had about that much trunk on them, and they had flowers on them. So that would be like the smallest tracheas I've seen flowers. So maybe 2 feet of trunk, and some of them were sending out flowers. I don't think all of them, but some of them. Usually they flower at about 10 years or 11 years of age. That's the way it works with Trachycarpus fortunae. So I'm guessing they were age, and we have some, like I say, coming into flower this year that have never flowered before. So I was hoping the Bulgarian was going to flower. We have a nice Bulgarian out by the front yard there I grew from seed. I don't see any spats on it yet. But, and like I say, you know what? Our place is going to be for sale, but it doesn't mean it's going to sell right away. I could be here for another year. Who knows? It just depends on the place, right? And there's always a buyer there's always the right buyer for the property. Somebody has to, want the house. They have to like the gardens. I mean, the location is amazing. We're right across the street from the beach. There's a beautiful big couple 100-acre farm down the road we can walk to from one of our driveways here, and buy fresh produce year round, fresh meat, fresh lamb. You can fresh beef. There's chicken and rabbit. They have rabbit down there, and all the vegetables they grow there. And then there's nature trails all around us, forested nature trails. And that way, about a 5-minute drive, there's a nice cafe and a little restaurant. And then there's out in the middle of nowhere. It's amazing. And then there's a big dock you can walk out, a big pier out into the ocean. I'm making a time-lapse video. Oh, cool. GoPro Hero 5 session. Love my GoPro. Whoever moves. They could be selling seeds. That's right, too. We're selling palms. The apple tree is finally growing its leaves back. Cool. Yeah, ours are, I think ours might be flowering right now. No, they're probably finished flowering. I did pruning for somebody a month ago on some apple trees. But where's my GoPro? Here's my little GoPro. Well, you saw all the videos I shot with my GoPro when I did. This is the Hero 2. Hero 2, that is old. But that's like I say, the thing I don't like about it, it doesn't have a screen in the back. I cannot see what I'm shooting a video of. And I think some of the newer ones actually have a screen on the back. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they do have a screen. I like to see what I'm filming. And this, I can never really see how the video turns out until I put it on my computer, right? But do you like the little microphone? See that little microphone I bought? I bought that years ago. And it just kind of plugs into there. And you can adjust it. Because the sound on these is not the greatest, right? Yeah, yours has a screen. You're lucky. I got to get one of those. The GoPro 5 doesn't. Oh, so yours doesn't have a screen, Tom. How do trachy palms deal with salt? Not a problem, Ted. I live 100 miles from the ocean, so yeah, they grow right beside the ocean in town. Not a problem. Those ones, hey Ted, the ones growing in front of the local pub, get salt spray on them, and they're perfectly fine. And I've seen big ones growing in Tofino on the far west coast where they get way more ocean spray. Totally fine. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Yeah. So the session doesn't have a screen, but the normal ones do. Okay, so I'd like to get one with a screen. How much are GoPros now? How much do these things cost? When I sell my house, I'll buy a new one. This is what I've been using to shoot all my videos. My other camera's screwed. I live far from the ocean. You're landlocked. Yeah, we're about 900 feet from the ocean. 900 feet or so. So when the guy does a drone footage, when the real estate guy comes on Thursday and does drone footage of our house, I'm going to get him to go up high because I do actually have an aerial view of this place somewhere where you can see the ocean across the street, right? No, I've never owned a smartphone in my life. I've never owned a cell phone. I've never owned an iPhone. $400, 400 pounds. Is that pounds? 400 pounds? Is that what an L is? 400 pounds? I'm not too sure what that is. I don't know what the L means in front. I know that's a British thing, isn't it? I'm guessing that's pounds. That'd be like what, $800 Canadian or something, or $700? Does that sound right? I'm not too sure. Pounds. 400 pounds. How many pounds to a Canadian dollar? Isn't it like double or something like that? God, that'd be like $800 Canadian. Holy crap. I won't be getting a GoPro anytime soon. $780 Canadian. Holy crikey. No, I'll be getting another Canon camera. Wowzers. I didn't know they were that much. Wendy bought this one on Maui. Oh, listen to this. Hang on. This guy's on Guam. Hello, CQ, calling CQ, calling CQ. 62 Japan, America, Tokyo, 921 Guam. 62 Japan, America, Tokyo, Guam. This is 9UDX 91. CQDX 921 Guam, 921 Guam, 791 West Coast of Canada. How about at 921 Guam? How about at 921 on Guam? 791? 791 West Coast of Canada. Yeah, 921 Guam, 791 West Coast of Canada. Yeah, Jack, you're sounding good. 921 Island of Guam. Cheers and aloha. 791 West Coast of Canada. Waving. 59. We got a good copy on you, Jack. You're sounding Q5 out here on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. This is 9UDX 791.
Yes, thank you. And just good for the fellow for you out there in 73. Very happy. Adios. See you later.
All right, cheers and aloha, Jack. 40 over from the island of Guam, Micronesia, 9UDX 791, Gulf Islands, QSX.
Hey, thank you.
There we go. I had to get back to that guy. Sorry. That was Guam. I had to get back to Guam. Let me write him down in my book. You know where Guam is, you guys? There's lots of palm trees on Guam. I like talking to the tropics. 62 JAT 9. Okay, sorry guys, I'm just putting them in my logbook. That is Jack on the island of Guam. What's the date today? 22nd? How long do your palm seeds in the basement? Up to a year. They're pretty good for just about up to a year, and then after that, they're going to start to become less viable. Ted, Guam is a U.S. territory. It absolutely is. I have a Guam license plate on my wall. Do you know that? So the longer palm seeds sit, the less viable they become. Right here, there's my Guam, and you know what it is? It says USA right on it. See, USA, right there. Guam is a territory. Isn't that cool? Isn't that a cool plate? 1999. It's in pretty good shape too. I got lots of Hawaiian plates too. I think you should be able to talk on the other account now. Ted, try your other account. See if you can get back in. Anyway, there's Guam, and we just talked to Guam, which is a good thing. I should actually take a picture of that. There's my thumbnail for that one. That's a good thumbnail. Some good skip coming in. Hey, there you go, Ted. You are a moderator now. There we go. Ted is a moderator. You're a moderator. When I was away, I was able to get some fresh seeds. Wow, I wish they'd grow here. Not a hope in hell. Not a hope in hell they're going to grow here. Unfortunately, they ain't going to work. Put my fan on here. Cool things down. Nice to be a moderator. Yes. So when you're a moderator, if you see something in here you don't like, if we get somebody in there causing problems, you can kick them out. Yeah, you'll kick everybody out now. There'll be nobody on the live stream. That'd be funny. Everybody's in timeout. Like Cunninghamiana. Oh, wow. Cunninghamiana. The only Cunninghamiana we have here is a Cunninghamiana lanceolata is the fir. Areca palms? No. We don't grow areca palms. Chrysotilocarpus lucians, they're just terrible here. There are too many spider mites to get. Yeah, JL. Whatever happened to JL? Where is JL? He kind of just. South America. There's good skip coming in right now. And I'm a skip junkie. I like talking to those guys. Let's see if I can talk to South America. Hang on. CQ, calling CQ, calling CQ. This is 9 UDX 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific. Three Sierra Kilo Delta 005 Brazil, South America, calling CQ. This is 9 United Delta X-ray 791, 9 United Delta X-ray 791, West Coast of Canada. Okay, Q5, QSL, 3 Sugar Kilo Delta 005, Brazil, South America, 5 and 9, 5 and 9. Personal here is Joe, Juliet, Oscar, Echo, QTH, Gulf Islands, off the west coast of Canada. And the number is 9 Division, United Delta X-ray, 791. Copy? South America. All right, my friend, we will pass you the numbers. I'm going to pass through, and I do thank you for the contact there. 3 Sugar Kilo Delta 005 Brazil, South America. This is 9 UDX 791 West Coast of Canada. Cheers and 73s. Nine division. I'm in Canada. I am in Canada. All right, thank you very much for the contact. Cheers and 73s, my friend. We will talk again. Thank you for the QSO. Sounding Q5, 5 and 9, 9 UDX 791 QSX. Cheers, 73. There we go. There we go. We got her done. I had to shoot some skip there, guys. Sorry. Oh, now we got some Australia coming in. Yeah, he's done. GL's done, man. Sugar Kilo Delta 005. He's done. He was a bit of a pain in the butt, that guy, anyway. He was like just a total liar. I just can't stand BSers. You know what I mean? And he just was full of lies. Kind of like the guy that's running our country. What surprised me the most were monster girls growing in central London. Yeah, GL is a liar and a troll. He is, Abstract Tom. He is. Yeah, see, I would love to grow one of those plants. I've tried them here before, and Monstera, they don't, no, they don't work here. Not good enough. Not warm enough to climb it in the wintertime. 23rd today. 22nd. There we go. Okay, there we go. That makes me happy. Anyway, JL, I don't know whatever happened to him, and I'm sure the guy wasn't even in. I'm sure he's not even in Nova Scotia. Don't you need a ham radio like stock in those? No, Abstract Tom. No, I don't. Planted a Chrysolutions and the other week. They're so cheap here. Chrysalicarpus Lucians are cheap here too. I saw a bunch of them at Home Depot the other day when we were over there last week. I've seen some huge washes of CIDB in London. Yeah, there's some big ones there, Ted. Big ones. JL was a liar and a troll. Yes, blast off. Good to see you in there. Kiss the baby. JL was probably, I think he was. Oh, Florida. A 252, Lake Okeechobee, Florida, 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific.
Hey, 787 something Ireland I caught there. Try again.
Yeah, Lake Okeechobee, Florida. You're sounding good up here. Just wanted to wave at you. This is 9 UDX 791.
791, yes, sir. Where did you say you were?
I'm on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific.
Oh, 10-4. Wow. All right. Well, 73s to you on this Saturday. Papa Alpha Unicorn Leo. We were waving on your final.
Okay, there, pal. Sounding good there, Paul. What was your number again?
252. 252. QSL?
252. You're way up in the strawberry patch. 30-40 over, buddy. Sounding good. Have a good one. Cheers and beers. 791 on the side.
791. Appreciate it there. 73s.
73. You know where Lake Okeechobee is, you guys? Lake Okeechobee, Florida. You can talk anywhere you want with that thing. That's what worries me too. I'm not going to get out as good at my new location. Lake Okeechobee, Florida. What a name, eh? I talked to another guy down there. He was in some palm farm a few months ago. Oh, the made-up island. Oh my God, that's called Baharatera. Baharatera. I don't know why people do stuff like that. Guam. He said he wasn't the Bigfoot guy, but his friend or something like that. Yeah, it was probably his brother, Cal. I bet you it was his brother. His brother's a bit of a disturber. There. Yeah, that was definitely Bigfoot for sure. I haven't seen Bigfoot in here for a long time. That guy's got so many channels, apparently. It's just unbelievable, right? He's got so many aliases. This guy's in Guam. That guy's in Guam. He's coming in pretty good, isn't he? That's Jack. I talked to that guy a lot. Anyway, that's another thing that worries me. If I move away to another location, my reception's not going to be as good. I'm in like this really good hotspot for getting out, because my antennas are not that high off the ground. When I lived on the mainland, I actually had a tower up with a big antenna on it, way up high. I posted a video the other day of... No way. Really? Oh my God. He's living in some dreamland. Can you post a link to his channel? I have to watch that. What is his channel again? Is it called excuse me, Baharatera? Is that what it's called, Baharatera? Or is it Bigfoot Squad? I'm curious. I mean, he's harmless. I don't even care if he comes in here, chats, as long as he doesn't do crazy stuff. I gotta sneeze. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Posted a video. I want to see that video. Does anybody know his channel? Bless all of you too, Tom. Abstract. Gesundheit. Yeah, if you can find it, post a link here. I really want to see it. I want to see the I want to see the RC airplane going over, the spy plane. Hey, on the most part, the guy's harmless, right? He's harmless. And I don't know, I'm not going to say for sure JL was him, but JL was a total SHIT disturber on here. That's for sure. He's trying to get on everybody's nerves, especially mine. So I actually had to block him. It's not worth raising my blood pressure for a guy like that finds pleasure in oh, is that it right there? Okay. Thanks, Tom. There it is. I wish I could post pictures here. Saw some movies, naturally trackies in London. No way. I love those. Hey, make videos of them. Oh, 2018. That was 2018. You know what? Well, Cal might know where they are. Oh, that's another video. Okay. Well, I'll have to check it out. And that gets me to his channel anyway. I do like the free entertainment. Hey, I'm not going to knock the guy. That's his thing. JL, I don't like him coming in here because he causes problems. I can post on Facebook. Yeah. Okay, cool. Post it in my forum on Facebook. You know my group, right? Well, one of my groups. I got a bunch of groups on Facebook, but the big group that I have is called People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotic Plants. If you're in that group, Post it on there. People would love to see it. It's kind of like the skirted Trachycarpus palm I found up on Savory Island at near 50 degrees north latitude, 40 feet tall. Popcorn's in there. I'm kind of like sidetracking popcorn. I just worked Guam, Brazil, and Florida, Lake Okeechobee, but I'm reading the mail over here too. JL once came in your live stream in July 21. He did. So was that the last time he was here? Hello, Pop. Yeah, we got a bit of skip coming in, popcorn. Nothing great. So yeah, made it 62 JAT 921 Jack in Guam. He's over in Guam, and then who was the other one? 3 Division Sugar Kilo Delta 005 in Brazil, South America. There's the link. Okay, cool. So JL hasn't been here for a while. Was it last summer he was here? Was it that long ago? JL was just a total troll. I wonder what people get out of that trolling, right? I mean, it's kind of like crank calls. Somebody actually phoned here the other day, and it wasn't actually a crank call, but they don't realize that we have a call display. No, he was here in the winter of this year. Oh, he was. Okay, so he has been here this January, February, March. Wow, we're already more than halfway through this month. Jeez, unbelievable. Time flies, eh? Wow. It goes fast. Anyway, you know what? I don't care if JL comes in here if he acts normal, but if he's going to BS to us and tell us that he's got 30-foot tall Mexican fan palms growing in Nova Scotia, you know what? Don't bother. Don't waste your time in here because we all know he's full of it. I posted a picture of what he said. He posted a link to a picture of his palm. So I posted that Washingtonia picture in People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotic Plants Facebook, and somebody found out that picture was taken in California. So, and then he sent me another picture privately of a bunch of Trachycarpus palms. He said they were in his garden. And I looked, and I saw a big, like I said, I saw huge Camarops growing in the distance. Huge Camarop, beautiful, flawless. And I pointed that out to him. There's no way that was Nova Scotia. Did you find the California? Oh, yeah, you found the California website. Yeah, because you can actually find something when somebody posts a picture, right? If you want to find out where it originated from. And there's no way, there wasn't a hope in hell that Washingtonia was growing in his garden. Give me a break. In the growing zones in Nova Scotia, and I'm not going to knock Nova Scotia, it's a beautiful place. I think the highest growing zone might be on the mainland, on the southern end of the mainland on Cape Sable, might be 6B, 7A. And the highest growing zone on all of Nova Scotia would be out on Sable Island, and it's probably 8A. That'd probably be an 8A, but they're way out in the ocean, right? They're in the Atlantic Ocean. So completely different out there, but it's very windy. And I've often thought about how would palm trees do? How would Trachycarpus palm trees do on Sable Island? Yeah, they do hit, hurricanes do hit Nova Scotia because they come up from the Atlantic coast, southern Atlantic coast. So from Florida, they go right up. They hit New Jersey, New York, and whatever other places along there. I'm sure Nantucket and Martha's Vineyards also gets hit. Martha's Vineyard get hit with hurricanes too. We can get heavy typhoon winds at time, like these rare storms every 50 years. And the last one we had here was 2018, and it was the windstorm from hell, man. I've never seen anything like it. The destruction was like somebody dropped a bomb on our island. I've never seen so many broken trees or power poles in my life. And the only time I've ever seen a broken power pole is when somebody hit one with a car. But the wind had actually snapped these power poles off, and it missed us up here on the north end. So only thing it knocked down was a rotten maple tree in the back of our property, a small one. But yeah, we're lucky on the north end here, the very north end. Martha's Vineyard got hit with immigrants too, if you saw it. Did it really? DeSantos is the guy, he's the governor of Florida. The worst storm that hits my area, thunderstorms and blizzards. Yeah, no blizzards here. Thunderstorms are rare. Get rain. We have actually, the weather here is very boring. The weather here is not that exciting. There's no real hurricanes. or hurricanes belong in tropical climates, but so there's no hurricanes. There's hurricane force winds at times, but they're rare. We get snow, never lasts long. We get rain. Hail is rare. Get a little bit of hail once in a blue moon. Although last week I was out mowing a lawn at work and there was some hail. And I was out there mowing and it was pouring down with rain. Then it started hailing and it just got really ugly out. But the hailstones are really, really tiny here. Really, really tiny. I know in some areas, hailstones can be like that size or bigger, right? And that's what you don't want because they cause a lot of damage. I remember, don't even made a video. Oh yeah, it's so the summers here. Oh yeah, and we have drought-like conditions here too. Supermarket, no, there's no grass at the supermarket. Blast off, it's the homes the guy owns the supermarket. He owns about 18 or 20 homes for his employees. So I maintain the gardens around those homes around the island, right? So yeah, there's no grass at the supermarket. There are big gardens at the supermarket, big, beautiful, exotic gardens out front. I look after those too. But I look after the gardens around the homes he owns. Yeah, so 2021, very, very dry here. The summers are dry. Martha's Vineyard said they were a sanctuary area for really? No way. Sent migrants from the Texas border. Wow. Is that right, eh? So they were flooding some of those islands, Martha's Vineyard. I heard it's expensive out there. Unreal. I don't think there's a lot for migrants to do there. Is there? On Salt Spring there were yep, stage 4. It gets very dry here. They actually put a sign out front of the waterworks building, and that's if you're on lake water. I'm on a well, so I'm never on water restrictions. We have our own well here, so none of those restrictions apply to you if you're on a well. But what I can tell you, if your well's not that good, it will dry up, and then you're literally screwed. So if your well dries up, then you got to buy water for several months from the water tanker truck, and you pray that you have a nice big cistern to put that in. And we have a 1,200 gallon cistern. It pumps from our 200-foot deep well. The well is about this much in diameter, probably about like that, and 200 feet deep. So it pumps up into the cistern. Then we have another pump. There's a pump down at the bottom of the well, and then we have another pump on the outside in the pump house that pumps from the cistern to the house. But our well has never dried up, knock on wood. And that's another good selling feature. And that's one thing when you buy on this island, you always have to ask the water supply, is it a good water supply? Does your well dry up? London's reservoirs are only half full, that's not good. And there's like millions of people there. Unreal. A lot of people do rain catchment here, and we do have 11 freshwater lakes. So lots of lakes on Salt Spring Island. We're never going to run out of water. God, they could get a desalinization plant to take it from the ocean. Joe has a wishing well. No wishing well, but I had one at my old place. I actually I dug a wishing well at my old place. And we had 2 wells at our own property. If summer is hot and dry again, they might. Oh no, that's scary. That is very scary, man. Yeah. I often wondered where England gets their water from. Wow. Yeah, no, our lakes will never dry up here. We have 11 freshwater lakes on Salt Spring Island. And we have about, I'm going to say between 10,500 and 11,000 people here. You can Google that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Between 10,500 and 11,000 people on Salt Spring Island. See that? Lagging. Hello? Hello? I'm watching my mouth move, make sure it moves to what I'm saying here. It's not lagging. I heard they're in a desert. That's scary. Everybody needs water, man. If the water supply dries up, the garden would dry up. I mean, we need water to survive. Matter of fact, I'm going to drink some of this water. West Indies is coming in right now. I hear West Indies. West Indies coming in. And like a lot of the Caribbean islands, too, they actually have water catchment. So they have these big cisterns out there, and if you have a tile or metal roof, you can fill up a tank pretty easily, a big tank. Depending on the square footage of the roof, you get a couple of inches of rain, right? Spain has a desert. Wow. I've never been to Spain. Wendy's sister went to Spain several years ago and she got ripped off. Somebody pickpocketed her, like right out of her backpack. She had a brand new laptop, or no, it wasn't a laptop, it was an iPad. And somebody, I guess she was on a train or something there, and somebody unzipped her backpack and took it right out of her backpack. Can you believe that? In Spain. So I guess they got like pickpocketers there, gypsies and stuff. And I hear that is unheard of. I don't have to worry about that on our island, but I'm sure it happens somewhere in Canada, but definitely not on our island. But a brand new iPad ripped off. Lake Michigan is very polluted where I live because of the industrial base. Oh, that's sad. That is sad. You know, our lakes here, Tom, are so clean. There's no power boats allowed in any of our lakes. It's drinking water. There's fishing. If you put a boat in our lake, it has to be an electric motor or a rowboat. Most of the Mediterranean semi, and there's also hot desert. Wow. Italy, too. I know Italy must get pretty hot and dry in some areas. Sardinia, Sicily, southern Italy, right? But yeah, the lakes here are drinking water. And years ago, I remember there used to be power boats in them, and then they banned them about probably just over 30 years ago. They banned, maybe it was 30 years ago, they banned power boats in the lakes. And it's just rowboats. There's windsurfers out there. There's paddle boards, kayakers, pedal boats, and electric boats. I heard in the PNC it was cool for most of the year. Pacific. What is PNC? I heard in the PNC is cool. I'm not sure what PNC is. I know what PNW is. Pacific Northwest. Is that like PNC? Elaborate. That's a bank. In Spain, there are legal immigrants from Iraq who steal things. Oh, the Pacific North Coast. Yeah, it's it's definitely cooler than where you are in the summertime, right? So our summers are mid 70s. We get into the 80s, but it's way cooler here than anywhere where you guys are. That's for sure. Winters are milder, summers are cooler because we have the ocean here. Pacific North Coast, yeah. I call it North Pacific. It is the North Pacific. I'm in the North Pacific, right? So Washington State, Oregon is North Pacific. Oregon coast, even Oregon's North Pacific. But yeah, if you're landlocked or you're in from the ocean, you're always going to have hot or summers. It's kind of like inland in British Columbia. Cooler winters, but it is stinking hot all summer long. Every day is like close to 100 degrees when you get into the desert areas like Osoyoos, Kamloops, Oliver, Penticton, Summerland, Peachland, southern British Columbia, inland. Technology, why isn't the North Pacific? I wish it was. In Lake Michigan, they allow a lot of freighter in the water. Oh, they have freighters there. Yeah. Around our waters in the ocean, freighters everywhere. Lots of freighters. And waiting to get into, there's a big mill over on Vancouver Island at Crofton. I think they're waiting to get into Crofton. Pretty sure they are. I don't think they're waiting to, Vancouver's pretty far away, but maybe they're waiting to get to Vancouver, but it's still a ways away from here. So at any given time, you can see freighters, and they go right through here. The freighters come right in front of our house, and it actually, the house shakes. You can just hear this boom, 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 boom when they go through. So I just posted a naturalized palm. Oh, cool. Is it on the People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotic Plant Forum? I'll go check it out. I will check it out, Ted. I want to say TED Talks. Let's just see. Let's go have a look-see. Let's go. I'm going to go into my other computer here. Let me have a look-see here. Loads of freighters in the north of Europe. Is that right? Anything north of the equator is. Is that what they say? Anything north of the equator? Because actually, Hawaii is actually Central Pacific. You class that as Central Pacific, and New Zealand and Edmund Fitzgerald. Yeah, I remember when it went down. I've heard of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Gordon Lightfoot did a famous song on that boat. I remember when that sunk in 1975. A bunch of guys, they died. They died on that one. It was going over to the States, I think, from Canada or something, wasn't it? kind of like, didn't it break in half in a storm? Okay, let's just see. That's a very famous song. The Edmund Fitzgerald, People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotic Plants. Let's see what we have here. What form did you put it in? Rarotonga, South Pacific. So is New Zealand and Australia. And Hawaii is Central Pacific. The Lake Superior, yeah. That's a very famous song, the Edmund Fit. You know the song, Abstract Tom? Oh, okay, I'm not seeing it. Why am I not seeing it? I'm in it. I do not see it at all. And I'm right at the top of the thing here. It didn't show up. That is so weird. Are you in the, you're in the group, right? No, it's not in there. Let me just hang on. Let me refresh. Let me refresh. Oh, it's not posted yet. Oh, really? It has to be accepted? What? Okay, hang on. Hang on. Let's just see here. Ted. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Preview. I'm going to accept it right now. Oh, whoa. That's a nice one. That's a beauty. Okay, approve. Nice. I get so many people that want to join that group every single day. This guy lives in Hawaii. Somebody in Holualoa, Hawaii wants to join, but they haven't answered the questions. That guy. Okay, Ted. I don't think you're ever moving to Costa Rica anymore. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. We're actually meeting with somebody tomorrow that's going to give us some information on Costa Rica because they're moving there. He actually phoned us today. So at 10 o'clock, we have a meeting with him about Costa Rica. So never say never. I'm going to find that here. Come on. Now it should have showed up because I did accept it. I still don't see it. Why isn't it on here? Why is it not on there? Hang on. Okay. I accepted that. There's still a chance. Not for sure. Nothing's for sure. Our house goes for sale at the end of next week, right? So we're not really 100% sure exactly where we want to move. Tropical plants. Why didn't that go on? I'm very curious why your post didn't go on. Let me try it again. Yeah, there is a chance we could be still, right? So the guy phoned us today. He was down in Costa Rica, him and his wife, for 7 months, and they're going to give us all the information about Costa Rica. More information. No, I can't see the post. I don't get it. Why is that? I accepted it. Anyone who can see visible. Anyone. Why isn't it? Can you do that again? Can you post it again? I don't understand why it's not showing up. That's really annoying me here. That is. I could make you a. Do you have Facebook profile picture? Oh, why did it get removed? I just added it. Can you do that again? I started this group. I'm administrator. I can't understand why it didn't. Yeah, you have to have a profile picture probably. That's why. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, if you don't have a profile picture, because I do have moderators on there, and I do have administrators, and they've set it up like that because it's just too much. I'll tell you how many people are in that group now. Oh, it made it to 20,000. I better. We hit 20K members. I'm just thanking everybody. I better post a picture. I like those pictures. I want to see those pictures on there. I'm going to post a picture. I'm just thanking everybody for there. I never used. I don't have. Oh, okay, you can put anything on a profile pic. You can put a palm tree on there, Ted. Put a palm tree. Put a beautiful girl if you want. It doesn't matter. This stream was started 105. Was it really? Oh, 1 hour 45 minutes ago. Let me try. Yeah, put a profile pic. There we go. I gave a big thank you to everybody. 20,000 members we hit. Wow, when did I start this group? I think it was about 5 years ago. I think it was January 2018. Group rules. There are group rules here. Scheduled posts. Hang on. No, there's no scheduled posts. Group experts, group settings, group quality, moderation alerts, member reported content, one new today, flagged, group rules, participant request, 20 new members today. Interesting. I'm in the group right now. I'm just checking it out. Let's see what we have here. I just want to see when I started this group. How do I find that out? Overview. Oh, here we go. You used to say when I started it. I don't know. Doesn't say it anymore. Anyway, try updating your profile pic and then try posting it again. I'm on here. I will add that picture, those pictures to the group. Let's see. Can I see it now? I'm just refreshing it, the browser here. Hang on. No. Okay, so hang on. Participation requests. Gavin Stevens. No. I can't see it. I don't get it. No, I'm not seeing it at all. Why is that? There's a lot of people that don't answer the questions to get into the group, though. That's the thing. I'm just adding a bunch of people to the group right now because they've answered the questions. I love all plants. I love palm trees. That's the right answer. I love palms. That's good. Good answer. You gotta say I love palms. Okay, you just uploaded. Okay. I love plants. There's some in here. There's some in here that are not going to get added because they don't have profile pics, right? Okay, so let's go back to it and see what's going on here. Somebody just got a question here from me. He's hoping his Busabaju bananas will continue to live after they flower and fruit. I said, nope, once. Okay, I'm going to try and see if I can find your. Somebody just sent me a picture of, what are they? Oh, those are nice. Olive trees. Beautiful olive trees in Vancouver. No bananas plants live after each. Yeah, that's right. They're done. They're done. You got to cut them down. So I prefer when they don't flower. Pending posts. Oh, hang on. Pending posts. Nope, nothing in there. Participant. If I can find you in here. So what's your name in here, Ted? I could find you. Maybe I could add you as a moderator. Let's just see. Ted. Is it just the same as what you have there, Ted C? Let me just see. Ted C. Nope. What is your name on there, Ted? Is it different? Do you go by a different name? Yeah, you do. Yes, you need to fill out a question to join the group. And that wasn't my thing. It was one of the other moderators that, because we're getting way too many spammers in there. C and G. Ted C and G. Ted C and G. Okay. Yeah, you have to fill. You just have to fill out. It's simple. What you have to fill out. Just a couple of questions. Ted C. Oh, Ted CG. Is it Ted CG? Oh, Ted CG. Ted CG. Let's see. What is your thing? Is it is your profile as of a fish in a boat? Is that yours? It'll actually let you join. Wow, I'm amazed. So, is that your Ted? Is that your profile pic? Is it like a fish? Somebody holding up a fish in a boat? That is yours. Okay. So now. So this guy in Vancouver, Dave, just sent me a picture of some olive trees in Vancouver. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to find out how to add you on there. So Ted CG, how in the heck do we add you? Oh, I know. Hang on. Let me go back. Let me go back to the group and figure out how to add you as a moderator. Let's see here. Where are we? Oh, that's my bit. Let's just see. Come on. People who love palm trees and exotic plants. I'm not good with this. I'm not on here a lot in this group to add people. So, I mean, make people moderators, admin, assistants. Okay, hang on. How the hell do I do that? Add request. Participation. Member, reporting contact. Group settings. Maybe it's in group settings. Let's look. I joined with the same palm trees. That's really weird that you didn't have to answer any questions. How in the heck? Ted CG. Group settings, add features, growth. I'm baffled. I wish it had a place where just add moderator or admin. I'm trying to figure this out here. Guy says his flower stalk never came out all the way on his banana. Try and refresh and see. Okay, refresh. I thought there was a place to, I mean, I've added admins and manage. Invite. People keep messaging me on this thing. People. Oh, okay, hang on. Search. Okay, here we go. I think I might have it here. Let's Ted CG. Okay. Oh, okay. Maybe this is it. Oh, invite as moderator. There you go. Send invitation. There you go. Ted. It posted 10 minutes ago. There you go. I just invited you as moderator there. Okay. Okay. So let's just see. Oh, hey, Hawaii. One 36001 Echo Mike 136 Division Echo Mike 001 9 UDX 791 Gulf Islands North Pacific. Okay, let's find out where this guy is. Hang on, guys. CQDX 136 Division, CQ. This is 9 UDX 791. CQDX 136 Division, 9 Division, UDX 791. CQ 791 West Coast of Canada. 136 West Indies, 136 Division, 9 Division, UDX 791. One 36 Echo Kilo 0 Echo Mike 001 in the Caribbean. This is 9 UDX 791 West Coast of Canada. QSL. Okay, they're stationed in the Caribbean, 136 Division, 5 and 7 signal strength here. Personal on this side, Juliet, Oscar, Echo, QTH, Gulf Islands, on the Gulf Islands, in the North Pacific, West Coast of Canada, QSL. Nine UDX 791 listening. All right, 136 division. Cheers and 73s to you, my friend. Looks like propagation's changing. Thanks for the contact. 9 UDX 791 QSX. Cheers, 73. Lost him. Okay, that was a good contact. I hear South Pacific in there too. I'm watching the live stream on my iPhone. Cool. I like your post. Oh, thanks, man. Okay, so let's go back to this thing. Okay. Echo Mike. 136 Echo Mike 1 Caribbean. 136 Echo Mike 001. Sorry, I gotta log this guy. I want to find out his exact QTH. QTH's location. See, it's a challenge getting back to some of these guys, so that's why I do it. Some of these places I've never talked before, so I got to get them in my logbook. Okay, let's see here. 136 division. .136. He's on Martinique Island. Martinique Island. That's pretty cool. Right on. I don't know if I've talked there before. Anyway, so let's see if your photos have showed up in there. Okay, let's see here. Ted. Ted. I want to make sure your things have posted in there, your pictures. They should be on there right away. There shouldn't be a delay. They're still not in there. Like, what is going on here? And mine's not even in there. What? Just a minute here. I cannot believe I'm the what? I see. I tagged you. You see the photos? I'm not seeing them. That is so weird. Why? Somebody wants to buy seeds from me. I'm not seeing. That's so weird. I'm not getting this. Hang on. I don't get that. Let me just. I'm not seeing the picture I posted of the thank you of the 20,000 members. I'm not. You see the photos. What is going on here, man? Okay, people who love palm trees. Maybe I'll show up now. Nope. Oh, there it is. Recent media. Is that it right there? Oh, look at that. There it is. There's the There's the picture you posted. That's a beautiful trackie, Ted. Skirted. That looks like a Washingtonia. I'm commenting. Nice palms. Naturalizing. That's awesome. I love trackies when they're skirted like that. They probably rip them out there. Somebody posted a picture of their tree fern coming. That looks nice. Okay. Somebody sent me a picture of a tiki. In Tofino. There we go. Okay, so your pictures did post, and that is awesome. Okay. Okay, so now it's on there. Now I'm seeing it. That's cool. Okay. Anyway, cool. You sent me a photo. Okay, let's check it out. Where did you send it to? Did you send it to my Banana Joe like page, or I didn't? Or was it an email? Sorry, is it in a private email, like my actual email? Let me go look. Let me check my emails. Oh, Facebook Messenger. I'm not seeing it in there. Hang on. I don't know about Facebook, man. I think it's been glitching. Let's see. No. What was it of? Is it of a palm tree? Somebody sent me a picture of palmettos. Okay, somebody sent me a picture of two lipstick and tractor garbage next to each other. Oh, I want to see that. Okay, where is it? I'm not seeing it. I'm looking. In a private message. Oh, there it is. Oh, just a minute. Maybe that's it. I don't see it in there. That's weird. I'll have to refresh again. Freaking Facebook. Let's try it again. Nope. Banana Joe. I'm looking. Sorry, guys. I refreshed. New messages. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. It's really annoying. I don't know where it is, but I'm sure maybe it'll show up later. You know what Facebook's like. Always glitching for me. But the good thing is I haven't been booted off in a while. I'd like to see a lipstick palm growing beside a trachycarpus. That is crazy. I know I see a lot of lipstick palms in Hawaii, but never seen any trachycarpus palms in Hawaii anywhere. Okay. Let me look one more time. No, nothing yet. Maybe it's just taking time to show up. Anyway, that's the way she goes. I'm going to turn that off. I got to go start making some dinner because it's getting that time. You know what time it is? I wasn't planning on doing a live stream this long, but once we get into it, and then sorry about the radio guys. When I hear some far off stations and places that I don't talk to that much, I got to talk to them. Like I've been into this for a long time, the radio thing. South America. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to shut that down. These guys are getting annoying. Anyway, you guys have a great night. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the live stream. And Cal, I will check a little bit later to see if those pictures came through. The pictures that Ted posted of the tall palms in London are unbelievable. The barefoot gardener. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you in there, buddy. Hi, how you doing, bud? Good to have you in there. Sorry, man. I've been looking at I got another computer beside me here, and I'm reading messages coming in, and I'm looking for photos, and I got one eye on this one, and my eyes aren't the greatest, and I got one eye on this one, and I got an ear over here onto my radios, listening to some far-off skip stations coming in. Oh, you tagged me. Okay. Ted, good photos. Very good photos of tall, sort of partially skirted palm trees. Anyway, Barefooted Gardener, happy Earth Day. Happy Earth Day to everybody out there. It is Earth Day, you know that. And what did I do today for Earth Day? Did I do anything in the garden? Yes, I did. I didn't plant anything in the garden, but I did work out in the garden for a little bit. So anyway, you guys, cheers and have a good Earth Day. And thanks for tuning in for 2 hours and just about 15 minutes. I think Wendy's going to open my door. Oh, my God. Get over here and say hi. Get over here and say hi. Come over here. Come here. Why doesn't my wife? Do you guys want to say hi to Wendy? I love my wife. Get over here. Look at this lady. Get over here. She's big. Get over here. The hell? All right. Anyway, cheers to you guys. Wendy's awesome. She brought me lasagna. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. And if I feel up to it tomorrow, maybe I will do another live stream. And Cal, thanks for the photos. Ted, thanks for posting photos. And everybody else out there for joining in the live stream. And I will see you all next live stream. And my live streams are just random. Just when I feel like doing a live stream, I do a live stream. So I felt like doing a live stream this time around. And I'm happy all you guys made it into the live stream. And if any of you guys are on Facebook, you guys can go to check out People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotic Plants. Apparently it made the conversation a business chat. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Let me look again. Okay, hang on, Cal. Let me just look one more time before I close this thing down. What do we have here? There's a message there, but is it from Cal? What would you charge? Guy wants seeds. Shipping. Risky. Somebody wants seeds in the States. Come on. Okay. No problem. Lots of growth just starting. Yeah, it is, Barefooted Gardener. Lots of growth starting. Everything's blooming. You got to love it. You got to love it. Anyway, Cal, I'm not seeing it yet. So I'll have to check in the business section. All right, guys. Cheers and beers to all of you people out there. And thanks a lot It was a fun time. It's been a slice. Happy palming. Remember, plant a palm. You can't go wrong. And I'll let you know what happens with this house here. If it sells, I will keep you updated. I will make a video of it, and I'll tell you all about it. And I will tell you where we're moving. Is it going to be Costa Rica? Is it going to be Mexico? Is it going to be the Big Island? We don't know yet. We really don't know. Anyway, we got to sell the house first. So anyway, cheers and shaka wave. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now. I can eat my lasagna.